What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Bubba's Smoking Hog Barbecue. First off, I hadn't been on here for a while, but planning to get back in the game. And first, just want to say, hope that everyone's doing well during this time. It's definitely uncharted waters for everybody, but practice your social distancing, stay safe, and do the best you can with it. But for today's cook, pretty excited. Probably one of my favorite things to eat is ribs. And what we're going to be doing is some hot and spicy and sweet and sticky ribs. For me personally, my taste, what I like, I'm going to definitely do the hot and spicy ribs for myself. And then for my wife, she likes more of the sweeter taste. We're going to be giving her the sweet and sticky ribs. So, as you look down here, I've got some baby back ribs that I got at my local Aldi. Pretty good price. These are about 3 pounds a piece. Got good marbling in them. I've already trimmed them up, squared them up a little bit, and also peeled off the membrane. Alright, y'all, I've already done the backside of these ribs, but I'm going to go ahead and just show you how I season these up. So we'll start off with the sweet and sticky ones first from my wife. So what I'm doing for hers is just going on with some plain old Heinz yellow mustard as a binder. Nothing too crazy, but just to kind of allow the rub to stick to the meat a little bit better. So just a little line of some mustard, and rub that in to the meat. And then you'll take, once again, I'm going to be using the Meat Church Honey Hog barbecue seasoning. We're going to go on with a layer. First, made a little mistake. First rub we're doing is the Killer Hogs AP Seasoning. Go on a fairly good amount. Nothing too crazy though, just a thin layer of some of the AP seasoning. And then we'll go on with the Meat Church Honey Hog Barbecue Rub. We'll go on with a pretty heavy layer of the Meat Church. Got a little bit left, but I think it'll make it for all these spaces on the rib here. So just a good amount. Wipe my hands here. And then for the hot and spicy ribs, I'm first going to be going on with Worcestershire sauce as a binder. So a little bit of that. Just rub that all over the meat here. Once again, a lot of you all probably already know this, but the binder really doesn't have anything to do with the flavor. Again, it's just something for the rub to stick a whole lot better to the meat. So I'm going to be going on with the Killer Hogs AP Seasoning. Got a good layer of that. And then I'll be putting on the Killer Hogs Hot Barbecue Rub. It says it's color with a kick. Putting on a fairly good amount of the hot rub. So for my smoke flavor today, going on with a couple of chunks of B&B wood chunks. So I've got here
a couple of chunks of cherry wood, a couple of chunks of hickory, and then a chunk of pecan and a chunk of maple. Along with that, I'll throw on a couple of handfuls of the Jack Daniel's Whiskey Barrel smoking chips. For my heat source, I'm going with the Royal Oak all natural briquettes. These things rock. Really have a good flavor for the meat. And I'll get everything started with a little tumbleweed starter for my chimney full of coals. I'm going to try to hold the Weber Smokey Mountain today to about 250 degrees for the ribs. So what I've done here with my charcoal is done a method called Sue's Donut from Pitmaster Harry Sue from Slap Your Daddy Barbecue. Basically, I've created a circle on the charcoal grate with a charcoal ring, and then the center I've left it empty. And I'm going to place these hot coals, once they get good and hot, in the center, and my wood is underneath, so that'll allow it to smolder and not just flame up, allow good smoke flavor throughout the entire cook. And over time, as these hot coals are poured in, they'll spread out to the remainder of the charcoal ring of charcoal to keep that consistent tip of 250 degrees throughout the entire of the cook. Alright y'all, Weber Smokey Mountain has come up to temp. Currently reading at about 225 right now, so we're going to try to keep it between 225 to 250 degrees for the ribs. Ribs are looking nice. The rubs have sweated into the meat. So this front rib is the Meat Church Honey Hog, and the back one is the Killer Hogs Hot BBQ Rub. Got good thin blue smoke rolling out of the exhaust here. So let's get these ribs on. Put these up here up front. Pinch them together. You want to do that, pinch them together, because Malcolm Reed says it is the way you push them together, that's how they're going to cook. So, and it'll also straighten out those bones a little bit. We'll come back and check on these in about an hour. Y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna make a Maupin Sauce do for these ribs. Kind of got this recipe from Malcolm Reed at Killer Hogs How to Barbecue Right, but I kind of changed some things a little bit, made it my own. But his recipes called for 2 cups of apple juice, but I'm only going to start with a cup of apple juice. Kind of eyeball it here. So we'll do a cup of apple juice. Along with the apple juice, that's a little bit different with mine, because he had 2 cups. I'm going in with a cup of Dr. Pepper. Pouring my Dr. Pepper. Next thing is some red wine vinegar. We'll pour 4 ounces of red wine vinegar.
And then I'm going in with 4 ounces of vegetable oil. And then lastly, just to kind of keep the same flavors and similar to Malcolm Reed's recipe, I'm going on with a couple dashes of the AP seasoning from Killer Hogs. So we'll just mix this all up with a whisk. And all right, y'all, these ribs have been on now for about 2 hours and 15 minutes. So we're gonna pull them off and use our Maupin sauce again and keep them moist. Looking good, got a good color. Starting to get some pullback on the bone. So we'll just go back to using our Maupin sauce. Notice here, not brushing the meat or anything, just kind of tapping it, letting that Maupin sauce kind of get all over it and run down the meat. We're gonna go ahead and wrap the sweet and sticky ribs. What I've got here is just typical brown sugar, some butter, and some spicy honey. So we'll go ahead and get these ribs down here for my wife. Go ahead and put them meat side down, like so. The only thing else we're going to do on the back side is put a little bit more spicy honey. Make them real sticky and sweet. We'll get these wrapped up, put them back on the pit, y'all. So I got the sweet ribs wrapped. Now I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the spicy ribs. So what I'm going on with the spicy ribs is just a thin layer of some spicy honey. Add a little bit of sweetness to it as well, not much. Then we'll get our spicy ribs. Lay them meat side down. Get them wrapped here. Not going on really anything else with the spicy ribs. All I got is just one more ingredient for them. I'll show y'all. So what I'm going to do is open up one end, the foil pouch here, and that Maupin sauce that we had going on, I'm just going to pour a little bit of that into this. Let these ribs steam in the Maupin sauce. Get these wrapped up. We're gonna go put these back on smoker. All right, time to get these back on WSM. Alright, y'all. So I got the ribs resting over here, just pulled them off. They're still sitting in the foil packs. With all the mixture stuff with the sweet ribs, remember? I did the brown sugar, butter, and honey. And then in the spicy ribs, I just did a little bit of spicy honey, but then the Maupin sauce. But now I'm going to go ahead and get this sauces kind of prepared. So pretty much for the sweet and sticky ribs, in this container I have a homemade pepper jelly sauce that I cooked earlier this week for some chicken lollipops. So I'm going to heat this up, put that on sweet and sticky ribs. Now for our hot and spicy ribs, this is really when it gets that spicy note to it. So I have here is some ghost pepper jelly. This is from Stonewall Kitchen. So along with this ghost pepper jelly, I'm going to mix it up with some Lynchburg barbecue sauce. This is from Lynchburg, Tennessee, where they make Jack Daniel's whiskey. This is a first place winner in barbecue sauce. So what I'm going to do is just mix up the sauce and the pepper jelly in this bowl and heat it up and start saucing the ribs. So what I'll probably do is just kind of eyeball it, go in probably that much barbecue sauce, as you can see there. No measurements, anything like that, just kind of, like I said, eyeballing it. And then for the pepper jelly, I'm going to put a pretty good dollop of this stuff. And I have tried this with some cream cheese and crackers, and it does pack quite a spicy kick to it. So I'm probably going to go with that was 2. I'm going to go with one more knife full, a butter knife here, of this ghost pepper jelly. So we'll just go with that right there. What we'll do is we'll heat this up, mix it all together, and start saucing the ribs. Alright y'all, we've sauced these ribs and put them back on the smoker now for about 30 minutes to let that sauce tack up. So let's take a look at them. Oh yeah, got a beautiful color on both. These are the really sticky sweet ribs, and this is the hot and spicy ribs with that ghost pepper barbecue sauce. So we'll get these off of here, get them inside, get them cut up, and get to eating. Alright y'all, I'm going to cut into one of these spicy ribs, give it a try. I can get through the cut, excuse me. There we go. As you can see here, got a great smoke ring, good color on the spicy rib. Now I'm gonna give this bad boy a try. There's another take on that. Look, good smoke ring. Awesome bite. Not fall off the bone, but not too tender either, or too tough, I should say. It's got a good clean bite, like I said. Bites right through. This is awesome, y'all. You can definitely taste that ghost pepper, but it's not too overbearing, but it's pretty tasty with the rib. So that's the hot and spicy. Now I'm going to try this sticky sweet rib. Let me cut it up. Excuse me for the camera angle, but my hands are a little sticky right now. So we'll cut into this. If I can just get through here, there we go. So this is the sweet and sticky rib. Got a good sauce color on it. Got a good smoke ring as well. Let's give it a try. Awesome. Same thing as the spicy rib. Not fall off the bone, but not tough either. It's just got a good bite. Got a good clean bite through it. I really like the honey, the spicy honey, the brown sugar, and the butter mixture on there along with the sauce, that pepper jelly sauce. Thanks for tuning in to this video. I hope you enjoyed it. And please hit the subscribe or like button if you want to see future videos. Thanks so much. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy, and I wish you the best. See ya.